Welcome back, folks, and welcome back to another fresh week of trading. Monday, 9th of March. With that, the war intensifying, not intensifying, oil markets, gold prices, the dollar. We got an array of data featured this week on the economic calendar, plus a bit of earnings season from the US. Still, obviously, quite a bit of companies offering their numbers. But let's focus on the economic calendar and, in particular, on the geopolitical tensions, the war in the Middle East, which seems to at least widen a little bit. At least every day it is ongoing. It keeps ongoing. It's going to kind of be pricey for financial markets as obviously one of the main drivers. Energy prices, oil markets, gas prices are a key part and the key takeaway. What we got this week? We got CPI, Consumer Price Index from the US. The recent data kind of stepped slightly on the brake. So consumer prices recently were rather on the weaker side, 0.3%, February 13th. And we see that the numbers are expected to even weaken beyond or below that. 0.2% is the expectation coming out this month. What does it mean? Well, actually, weaker prices might support markets in a way, right? So if the consumer price index weakens somehow, we might see that the US dollar is turning weaker. And that could be something interesting in regards to a potential trade in the euro US dollar. The dollar, the greenback, has been gearing up some momentum. If we see prices weakening in the US, the dollar should weaken further, which brings us to the point to talk about the euro US dollar currency pair. The market had weakened in this case after the market broke this 50 moving average. It went to lower price levels, and we saw that this seems to be kind of something quite interesting here so far. However, the market is just currently stabilizing at these lower areas. Is this an area of trading opportunities? We might say potentially. However, the market, if it kind of can start to appreciate further, there might be room for another slide in prices thereafter. Meaning, if we got a weaker consumer price reading from the US, the euro dollar currency pair might strengthen actually. Yet, since the market sentiment currently is in favor of the dollar, this just might be only a temporary factor, potentially pushing prices even lower. So a higher level, a higher price might be used for traders to sell the market again to the downside. In particular, if we are looking at this 50 moving average here on the weekly chart, we see that the market has fallen below this area, which quite often went hand in hand with the market retesting lower prices, right? When this area was broken, the market went slightly higher and then it fell back to the downside. When this area was broken to the upside, the market went slightly higher, weakened, and then going back to the upside. And currently we see the market is going slightly lower, maybe strengthening again. And this could be whatever region this is. It could be due to the fact that the market is just facing a bit of a weaker reading in the consumer prices, but vice versa. We also got something interesting basically on Friday this week, and this is no other than the core PCE price index. The PCE index is interesting as well, as it is used for the Federal Reserve to determine the interest rate motivation, right? And with current situation of the war in the Middle East and potentially an inflationary pressure, the Fed might not be expected to actually cut rates further. Instead, we might see that the Fed remains in with their position and leaving rates potentially unchanged. Currently, stock markets have weakened, right? So this week started with the S&P 500 on a weaker note. The market is at an interesting area so far. We see that some sort of supportive momentum can be seen. If that, or whether this kind of causes the market to push higher, might be questionable. Well, upside momentum, maybe all the way towards the 6,750, 6.8 or 6.9, 6,850 level could occur before the market weakens again. A weaker US dollar basically on Wednesday could happen and could cause the market to strengthen, right? On the back of dollar weakness as well. However, the market's sentiment or the technical indication might show that the market still will start to depreciate somehow further and hence we would see this phenomenon of the market rising somehow as temporary, and then hence expecting the market weakness to continue. We might see the array of data postponing this entire story. We might see that basically the stronger oil prices will eventually continue, and thus harming the economic supply side, because oil prices rising causing the corporate sector obviously to weaken somewhat, right? So if things get pricier, and we see this in Germany, for example, where petrol prices have been rising sharply with the attack on Iran, Trump obviously posting on his Truth Social, whatever, guys, it's just nothing compared to what you get. The freedom needs to be paid for. So if you want to have the freedom, you got to pay some higher oil prices, which are going to be at temporary nature. Let's see how long the story is going to unfold further, because the market motivation might continue for medium or longer period of time, and that obviously is kind of the true story for the time being. US oil is seemingly starting to appreciate, and it was kind of starting higher. Early on, the market opened at the $100 level, pushed all the way towards roughly 120, and has now been going down towards the $100 level again. So a 20% vol within one day, to the up and to the downside. Currently printing a bit of about to print a potentially technical bearish pin bar candlestick pattern on the day, and obviously on the week as well, because we've only traded for 1 week so far. Sorry, for 1 day so far within this week, and that's obviously what causes the markets to react extremely volatile. If the market ends this way on Friday, we obviously don't know. We still have a ton of data. We have the ongoing war situation. And as the time drags on, obviously the supply side it just is going to be disrupted even further. Obviously now the oil supply might still work, but depends on how many more weeks this is going to continue. So technically, on a technical level, the market had already broken or pushed, say, towards the long-term upside pricing range, right? We've tested this 120, $125 level all the way back 2011, fairly recently, when Russia went into the Ukraine. The market went higher to kind of start pushing back to lower price levels. Well, we've seen those price rises quite often, but we've also seen that the market thereafter went lower again, as first of all, this current impact seems to be a bit different because of the Strait of Hormuz. If it's going to be disrupted even further, the market might actually kind of tell us that the price rises could continue, pushing the market further to the upside. However, the situation seems to tell us for now, stock markets are stabilizing. They are moving slightly to the upside, at least temporarily. And as we said, it depends on the dollar, on the overall situation, and obviously on the entire war, whether this is going to continue, and hence bringing all markets to the upside. The gold price, it might also tell us somehow in this case how the markets work, because oil pushing higher, but also gold prices kind of really moving to the upside. Yet we've seen this quite often, right? Gold went lower alongside stock markets, and we see this quite a lot. When stock markets weaken or correct, also gold prices initially correct. Traders and investors alike might close some of their for the trades and the investments which are in gearing up in positive momentum, and hence obviously they might just close out their position in order to kind of use that free collateral or the margin to finance their trades or to add in new trading positions. And that's no difference for now. Yet the market seems to be quite well on track, near in a way this 50 moving average here. We see the market stabilized quite a lot in the past, and it looks like also for now the market is able to break higher. Any break of the upside here, or any break of this 5,200 level whatsoever, might indicate that the market is going to strengthen further. The all-time high here might be retested, as the market is not kind of quite far away from that zone. However, on the flip side, we still trade within this technical resistance area. Any positive news, if we see that the market or that the war is going to be on an easing state, whatever this is, either Iran has nothing to fire anymore further, or the US seem to gonna get pushed back, because as we understand, Iran seem to have quite a few rockets, as well as in particular thousands thousands of those little drones, which are cheap to make and hard to seemingly defend. So that's the situation we currently see in markets. In the end, gold prices look positive, and they look like the market is going to push higher. It depends on how it is. For now, we're trading still early in March, but the upside sentiment seems to be feasible, and the market momentum seems to push further towards higher levels. In regards to our open trading positions, we closed the euro-Canadian dollar currency trade we've had on. This was a nice trade. We sold the market up at extremely high levels. The market went sideways for quite a while here, for a couple of weeks. But then when we sold here, the market initially dropped sharply. So that was in a way essentially a oil trade where the euro has been weakening or is weakening against the greenback, but also against the Canadian dollar. In this case, the loonie, as the Canadian dollar is called, strengthened against the euro, strengthened against the US dollar, among other currencies, and has been following oil markets for quite some time. Not quite, but currently the market is following up with the same pattern. Oil stronger, Canadian dollar stronger. And instead of starting to appreciate somehow, we closed the trade potentially a bit early. Mistake, we might say, as we expected the market to retrace somehow and going in on another shot here. Let's see how the market goes. If oil certainly weakens here, we might see that also the euro CAD might strengthen, and we could potentially get another shot, another entry in this market towards a falling trend somehow further. Looking at stock markets, we just said the US markets, S&P somehow slightly positive, the Nasdaq slightly positive. The German DAX on the opposite side is just continuously weakening. We've broke the 50 moving average, the market's trending lower. Recently, the market has been trading quite a bit at around this 50 moving average at a support level. So that might be now the question, is the market also starting to appreciate here, or will it weaken further? That's depending a little bit. It depends a little bit on what the US is going to do, what US indices are doing, because what we observe is that the market seems to kind of fade off this strong resistance area. You might be able to see it here, a bit of a tiny candlestick, but this weakening or this pin bar candlestick just shows us the market was not keen in moving higher, but instead we moved higher in January, weakened. We moved higher in February, didn't push beyond the high point here. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see it a bit clearer. So it didn't go beyond this high point here. And now in March, we started to weaken. And that tells me that the technical pattern at least looks kind of quite frightening here. The market is potentially ready to weaken a fair bit. If we see a stronger correction in US markets, we might have different or quite some interesting levels to play with in action. If a bigger correction kind of really scatters markets to lower prices, we could see maybe the DAX going back towards the 16,000 level. However, 18,500, 19,000, 20,000 level seem to be areas of support, of potential engagement, where we might be keen on entering the markets somehow further as the story unfolds and as the market motivation obviously kind of continues in this case. Trading wise, what else do we have? Obviously, alongside the weakening stock market momentum, we see that the Australian dollar is obviously kind of quite interesting. Usually during times of volatile market momentum, the Australian dollar has performed also rather bad, right? And we observe currently that the Australian dollar is just about to potentially weaken further. Looking at the chart, we see the Aussie US dollar currency pair had weakened slightly lower, but since stocks start to appreciate somehow, we also see the Aussie starting to move higher somewhat, which brings us to an interesting level here. So if that level can break, basically, and if the market can break the low points again of the week, which had been created obviously earlier in the morning. Here we see this, right? The market started lower, went to the downside, then starting to appreciate. However, if the market on this daily or weekly chart, let's stay with the weekly, if the market starts to depreciate here and falls below the 69.75 area, we might see another downside move here in this market, alongside potentially the Australian dollar's weakness. We could see then stock markets, S&P 500, Nasdaq, whatnot, might weaken as well. That's the current situation we see here in these markets. Volatility has also started to come down. That's the VIX, the VIX volatility index. on the S&P 500, basically short hedges or options, the options prices in this case. If options prices for short positions kind of increase, this shows basically the volatility index as a sort of a barometer, if we would say, or a pendulum against in regards to the risk sentiment. And currently the market has been rising in regards to risky market momentum. We've seen this during volatile times as well. We see recently and currently the market rising somehow. If this comes down, we could see as well that stock markets, and especially in the S&P 500, will rise again. There's no timely pattern, we might say. We couldn't really say, okay, this is just something which happens whatever every X amount of candlesticks. But we see between the last time where we've seen a bit of a rise in this index here, in the volatility index, there is kind of quite a long time since the past it happened, right? And we could see that this is going to basically also kind of tell us otherwise that the market with a high vol time and a lower high vol time, in this case we have like 2 here. And what I'm saying is that we've not, it was kind of quite a while since the market spiked here. So I might still say, and I believe that we see still a spike higher in volatility, which means that stocks are expected to potentially weaken further. What I'm doing currently for the subscribers in our page, fxstrategies.asia, check it out yourself, guys, please. We also talk about it. My stocks, say a 10,000 portfolio, is 10,000 portfolio worth of equities stay in the portfolio, but they've been kind of counter hedged with a short position, in this case, in my case, IVV, the S&P 500, as I believe the stocks should perform rather defensive, dividend ones rather positive, whereby if the market weakens, kind of they would offset the losses from equities, right? So equities falling in value, but the IVV short position increases in value, and that itself kind of is the hedge position, whereby I wait for the IVV to basically weaken to some extent, and then I would decrease that position, ease out of that, and use the free liquidity in order to buy new shares for the long-term dividend portfolio. That's the current environment, the current market sentiment we celebrate in a way, or we see in markets. We also observe another open position, and that's the euro against the British pound, which has moved back in our favor, in positive territory at least. The market kind of seems to kind of weaken off the high point here. Yeah, we saw basically in February the market spiking higher, but now we've already in a way kind of gone more or less to the downside again here. So how it looks like is that a break of this support zone might tell us that the market might be on track back to lower levels. Let's see how the market goes. We obviously in our WhatsApp group debate how the trade unfolds further, and we'll check back as well with this day in, day out. That's all for our open positions. If I'm all correct, Aussie US, we check about the EuroCAD short, we wait for another entry, and the US dollar will determine basically the call for the week so far, because we got the important news on Friday this week. We briefly mentioned the PCE, personal price index, is obviously quite interesting, expected at similar levels, 0.4%. If this one rises, it would be a strong argument for the markets to potentially mean that the US dollar will gear up some momentum. And PCE rising also means that the Federal Reserve is likely not going to counterbalance with cutting interest rates. In any case, I'm quite interested to see what Jerome Powell is going to tell us when he steps in front of the microphone anytime soon during the next central bank meeting, as obviously kind of wars are inflationary by nature. Prices will eventually rise, and that's the current situation, which could push the world on edge and which could determine profit taking. Imagine prices will start to appreciate, initiated by oil markets, among other assets, by the way. The Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, other central banks might step up their efforts and increase rates again, and that would harm equity markets as well, causing the dollar to gear up steam and causing stock markets to weaken even further. If you have any comments, any ideas, any questions, please leave them under the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to not miss any updates, because we have two further weekly, or we have two more calls coming up this week. Guys, happy trading. See you soon. Take care. Thanks for tuning in and have a good one. Ciao.